Do you think you can apply for Family Arraigo if you have a Spanish relative? The answer is not anymore. And this is one of the most serious mistakes we've been seeing since 2025. Many people are still applying for Family Arraigo, thinking it's the right option, when, in reality, since May 2025, that route no longer exists for relatives of Spanish citizens. And here's the real issue. It's not that you don't have the right to regularize your status, it's that you're using the wrong permit. I'm Blanca, an immigration lawyer at Balcells Group, and this is one of the most common confusions we're seeing right now. What actually changed in May 2025? On May 20th, 2025, the new immigration regulations came into force, and one of the most important changes was this. Family Arraigo no longer applies to relatives of Spanish citizens. This means that you can no longer use this route if your connection is with a Spanish relative. And here's the key change. A new specific legal figure was created for these cases: the residency card for family members of Spanish citizens. This is a completely different legal regime with its own form, its own rules, and its own advantages. Not all the cases are the same. This is the most important point in the entire video. Everything depends on one thing: the nationality of your family member. If your relative is Spanish, you must follow one route, and if they are a citizen of the European Union, it's a completely different one. And confusing this is what's causing most rejections. If your relative has a Spanish nationality, this is your route, and it applies in more cases than most people think. For example, if you are married to or in a registered partnership with a Spanish citizen, if you are their child under 26, if you are a parent or even an in-law who is financially dependent, or if there is a real situation of dependency. In all of these cases, Family Arraigo is no longer used. Instead, you apply for the residency card for family members of Spanish citizens. And here's a major advantage. You get a 5-year residence permit directly, without intermediate renewals. You can also work from day one, both as an employee or self-employed. This is important to clarify. Family Arraigo has not disappeared, but is now much more limited. It only exists in two specific situations. First, if you are the parent or legal guardian of a minor who is a citizen of another EU country, not Spain. Second, if you are a family member of an EU citizen with a disability and you live with them or provide support. Outside of these cases, you cannot use Family Arraigo. If you've made it this far, you probably don't know exactly which permit applies to you. In the description, you will find a link with a 10% discount for a consultation with one of our lawyers, where we will analyze your case and guide you through the correct process. The mistake that is causing rejections. This is the most common issue that we're seeing right now. People who are eligible to regularize their status, but they apply for the wrong permit. They continue using Family Arraigo when they should be applying for the residency card for family members of Spanish citizens. And what happens then? Their application is either rejected or not even admitted. Not because they don't meet the requirements, but because they choose the wrong legal route. And the consequences are clear. You lose time, money, and in some cases, opportunities. The real difference between both routes: you cannot choose between them. Each one applies to a specific situation. The residence card for family members of Spanish citizens grants a 5-year residency directly and has its own legal framework. In both cases, you are allowed to work from the beginning, and you must provide a criminal record certificate from your country of origin. No financial means are required. The key is not which one is better, but which one applies to your specific situation. If you were granted a Family Arraigo before May 20th, 2025, you do not need to do anything. Your permit remains valid due to the transitional provision in the regulation. The change only affects new applications. If you're a family member of a Spanish citizen, the key is simple: provide documentation that proves the relationship, marriage certificate, birth certificate, proof of dependency if applicable. You can submit it at the immigration office or online. At Balcells Group, we will help you define the right strategy and avoid mistakes that can lead to rejection. Send an email to info@balcellsgroup.com. Subscribe for more practical content about immigration in Spain. See you in the next video.